It's the evening of Monday, so the second week of the challenge. Had my second weigh-in today. Down 3.7 kilos for the 2 weeks. So I lost 3 in the first week and only 0.7 in the second week. Um, to be honest, it was a little disappointing, the limited weight loss. Had a bit of a tough day actually, just in general, just kind of was sleep deprived over the weekend, went to the gym this morning, didn't have the best session, worked hard, pushed the same weights as I did last week, but my head wasn't in it today. Tomorrow is today was legs. I usually like legs. Tomorrow a chest and try with a PT, so he'll push me through for an hour, which is probably what I need right now. Food's been good, sticking to my diet for the most part. Really struggled with probably coffee, but that's coming because I've sleep deprived. So rather than just having one coffee, I've moved across to a couple of black coffees over the weekend, which is not ideal. Well, not for me anyway. I'd prefer not to have any. But it's only week 2, so I probably shouldn't be too hard on myself. No alcohol, no junk food, nothing like that at all. A bit of just relying on almonds for the most part to get me through for those snack parts. Feeling like tomorrow is probably the real start of the challenge for me. Not that I want to say that the first 2 weeks weren't. It's just that it's taken me 2 weeks really to get my head around the challenge, get my head around the diet, get my head around going to the gym, and the commitment it takes. It's hard. Having had visitors here, had an exchange student from Japan here for the last 2 weeks, so lots of going out, lots of entertaining, and I just can't eat a lot of the foods that I'd like or that you do when you go out. Finding that I'm more conscious of how food's being cooked. When you go out, vegetables aren't necessarily vegetables. A lot of them tend to be covered in oil or cooked in a way that it's quite fatty. So I'm being a bit more careful with what's on the menu. So I'm learning. The first 2 weeks have been learning. Saw Fred's video really much saying that the first 3 to 4 weeks is just conditioning the body, and I've kind of using the first 2 weeks to get my head around the program. Today's probably the flattest I've felt because I didn't lose a lot last week, and because I'm not really seeing much in the way of body changes yet. But then, it's only been 2 weeks, so I should be a bit more patient. I'd like to start to see something though over the next 2 weeks. This week at the gym and the following week, I'll push myself a lot harder. I've pretty much got all my stuff now sorted, in terms of just things like playlists and heart monitors and that sort of stuff. But most of all, I've got my head I think I've got my head in the right space. We'll see how we go tomorrow. I don't know. I guess it'd be easier if there were other people at the gym I was at doing the challenge too, but I'm not sure that there are. So I just sit there and pretty much set my own goals for the day. Well, that's what I try and do. So you go to the session and say, okay, today I want to push one more plate, or rather than doing a rep of 10, we'll do 12, or push through another set, or just so I feel I'm conscious that I've got to get my muscles pretty much to fatigue through each rep, or each set. Sorry, and if I can finish a set feeling like there's nothing left in me, I'll have a rest and go back into it. I think that's the best way for me to build some muscle and to burn fat. I'm not doing much cardio. It's pretty much just the cardio is built into the weight. So a bit of cross train, a bit of rower and that sort of thing as a warm up, but no dedicated cardio to shift weight. That's really because I'm conflicted between the weight cardio balance, interference effectively I think it's called, when you try to put muscle on through weights and then you lose it through the cardio. So we'll see how it goes. First 4 weeks, get you through 2 more weeks, see how the body looks by the end of the first month. I'll take a photo then and compare to the start of the challenge. Hopefully I'll see changes, but I just wanted to use this video now just because I'm feeling a bit, well, today was pretty much the worst I felt on the challenge so far, and I just needed just to vent just the fact that I was being a little bit frustrated today, and hope that this is the low point, and then from here on we go well, and we start, or I start feeling better. It's only one day. The other 2 weeks were fine for the most part. It's just having one of those days, I guess. But anyway, chest and try tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow's blog of mine is a bit more positive than today's. Okay.